Nami just sits on the ground crying. Even in Arlong Park.
Oh!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gadsden Grand Line Podcast. I'm your host, Torrin. This is your co-host,
Super!
How you doing, Frankie?
I'm doing quite well. I'm so glad you're back. This is great.
This is so exciting. And to welcome a new guest, we have Daniel.
Captain Usopp, Daniel Lance.
Usopp, how you doing today?
I am doing wonderful.
All right. Yeah. You excited to be on the podcast?
I'm excited to be here. Glad to be here.
We had a
Shanks.
mention of him last week, actually, on the last episode. We mentioned his sniper skills on the show.
Man, Chopper was gassing me up in the last episode.
I can't wait to see what you can do, actually. Usopp lining up for the shot. Oh!
I fully respect Usopp more now, just because of the slingshot. Because I tried it. We saw that.
Yeah.
Those mad skills.
He snapped the slingshot. He broke it. So
There's an art to it.
Awesome.
Explain to me the art of the slingshot.
Oh man, it's all in the arms.
yeah, there you go.
It's like firing a bow. All in the arms.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
For y'all to get to know Daniel a little bit, I just wanted to ask Daniel, what's your favorite arc? The best arc in One Piece?
Best arc in One Piece. Oh, that's a toss-up between Arlong Park and Punk Hazard so far.
Really?
I love Punk Hazard. It's like an old cartoon.
Okay, yeah.
Like shenanigans.
Interesting. Yeah.
So-
That's a hot take, by the way. So
Very-
I can't
very
wait to see
hot
the
take.
comments on y'all's opinions. Frankie, how do you feel about that?
That's extreme hot take. I respect the Arlong Park, but I'm looking forward to hear about the Punk Hazard, why that is. But what was your favorite part of Arlong Park? That's what our last podcast was about.
Yeah, it was all about Arlong Park.
So, what was your favorite part?
Oh, Arlong Park. I love Arlong Park because it's where you get from the goofy fun time shenanigans of Romance Dawn to Baratier, and then you just get like this seriousness, this taste of what One Piece has to offer in the villains, the motivations, the characters, and Arlong's just such a good villain for like where he is.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's honestly the best opening villain for the show.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I saw him, I was like, how are we going to beat this guy? You know?
Yeah, I remember thinking, I was like, this dude, he's good in the water, the bane of all devil fruits.
Yep.
His teeth cut stones.
And his crew at the time was like so strong.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
They were stacked.
And not just that, but knowing what devil fruit, they can get into the water. They can swim. And
Yeah.
they're even more powerful.
And that's just
in the
natural
water.
to them. That's not
and
even a devil
while
fruit.
if you're a devil fruit user, you're done. You're cut.
Yeah,
It's over. So
They just have to get you into the water.
And I guess it's like I like that take because it's it's the first and it's our first opportunity to see what it's all about. And you have these first couple, but that is the first. So I respect that opinion. I'm in on that. I'm interested about this Punk Hazard ordeal.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
interested.
Punk
Hazard.
Interesting. But I'm sure we'll get there later in
Hot
the
takes
podcast.
right here. Hot takes.
Crazy hot takes on the show today. Get ready because it's going to be fun. But to start us off, we have a new segment today, and it's going to be where you two will have to argue separate points to convince me, right? So I'm going to decide who wins the argument, and it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait.
Can we do a rock, paper, scissors tiebreaker in case?
I mean, you guys want to go ahead, rock, paper, scissors real quick?
Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Let's go! Foreshadowing! Foreshadowing!
Foreshadowing? I don't know about that.
All right.
All right. First question. Who is the weakest Straw Hat?
I feel like we might be thinking the same person here, Frankie.
It's Usopp, right?
Lies, Nami.
Okay.
Weakest member, Nami.
No
Almost
shot.
useless.
Useless?
Almost.
All right. So here we go, guys. I'm gonna hear their debates, and I'm gonna decide which one's weaker based off of who debates better. Get ready because it's gonna get heated.
I knew this was going to happen.
He came prepared. Did you come prepared?
I came prepared.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
boy.
first of all, wait. You have opening statement. You're the guest. So
right.
why would you be dousing or,
Hating on Nami.
hating on no.
Well-earned hate towards Nami.
Okay.
All right. Since episode 5 when she's introduced.
But even though Arlong Park is your favorite arc, and she's like the star of that.
Okay.
Exactly.
But the question is, who's the weakest?
Who's
Yes.
the weakest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nami has not done much since the whole show. Like, the Climate Act is useful, yes, but she always is using it against, the weak side villains.
Okay.
There's
She's taking Mr. One's
but like
assistant.
Mr. One's assistant.
Just
but
saying.
You've
Just
got
saying.
Bon Clay.
Just remember, Usopp fights Miss Christmas.
Miss Christmas.
Which is like
my
what?
gosh.
Exactly. That's who Usopp fights.
I'm just saying.
Continue.
But
Excuse
like,
me.
all she does is create illusions. And the lady ends up taking herself out.
Okay.
Nami has yet to win a fight through pure, like, skill. Mostly it's through happenstance of other crew members showing up.
Okay.
Causing enemies to get confused.
But honestly, you could argue that for Usopp too.
So I 100% agree with that. So
Yeah.
You could argue. Honestly, you could argue more for Usopp.
I feel like
I
you're.
would say...
Although I want to hear more.
Yeah. My personal take, what you should say 100% is who gave Nami the climb attack.
Yeah, who
That's
gave...
what you-
That's...
That should be your argument. Because I will say that.
Usopp made that climb attack.
I will say, I will
good
give,
point.
I'm arguing against myself now. This is not good. But at the same time, I do applaud Usopp in some of his sly, schemy things. But Nami is, she may be weak in physical strength, but I don't define weakness in the fact of we're talking about just beating other opponents. The Straw Hats, not one person. They Arlong, your favorite. He just said his favorite. Arlong wanted a child to be on his crew because of her talent and gift of being a cartographer.
Yeah.
And not just that, the Straw Hats have no one that can do that. Not true. And she is, boom, she is great. She's top line. She's the best in all of One Piece. And on top of that, also, her weather skills are insane. They're absolutely insane.
I mean, she can throw lightning.
Throw lightning.
I mean, and there's some other information I know about Nami that you don't know yet because he's getting there.
Let me just say,
so I
I'm not gonna be
nothing
biased
more.
here, but Nami in Wano is pretty dang good.
Nami and Whole Cake is pretty okay.
But
She had some great moments in Whole Cake. She threw lightning around like it was nothing.
Through a certain cloud
that's
around.
true. But I think of there's so many strong Nami moments where it's Nami's will. It's her she's going through and I mean, like in Whole Cake, she's like, I don't care, you can kill me. Like Luffy's going to be the king of the pirates. Like those moments. There's you have episode 37, which we talked in previous podcasts, is one of the moments that if you don't like that moment, One Piece isn't for you, and that's okay. But I guarantee you're going to love it if you watch it. And then you also have as she goes through the weather, I love her when she's during the time skip, what she's doing there. But her navigation skills, her use of the climb attack in clever ways, and let me tell you, even if Usopp had the climb attack, if he was using it, he couldn't use it the same way Nami could because of her understanding of weather.
Yeah,
that's
true.
So like it takes that knowledge of being able to do that, and I mean and not just that, but she keeps everyone grounded on top along with Robin.
I'd say her, Robin, and Jinbei.
Like they keep, they keep,
definitely.
like Usopp he can't even keep the money safe. Think Water 7. He couldn't even do that right. I mean,
all right,
you know what I'm saying? Like the small responsibilities. You're killing
I
Usopp.
mean, based off of not just strength but abilities, I can see how Nami might have more abilities than Usopp.
And the wit that Nami has too.
But hold on, I want to hear. Do you have anything else to say for Usopp?
There's one.
Usopp?
Do you have any other arguments against Nami here that
Against Nami. Okay. Usopp loved the Going Merry. And for those of you who have not gotten to a certain part in Indy's lobby,
Okay, well, hopefully they have if you're watching this podcast. So we can keep going.
Roll with it.
Yeah, just roll with it.
my
save
man
water for
fought for that ship.
Yeah.
He loved that ship. My man fought the Frankie family. Lost.
That's right.
But he had the will. You see Nami
boys.
going up against the Frankie family for the ship? For the money. My man, by himself, said, I'm getting the money back. Grit. Willpower.
That's true.
Coward. My man fought Luffy. Coward.
Okay, well, Luffy didn't really go as hard as he could have.
But Nami's not going to fight Luffy.
Yeah.
No, because she's smart. She's not an
Yeah.
idiot.
But she
I don't know. I
didn't
hear both arguments here.
She doesn't have the grit, is what I'm saying. She always has someone...
I do remember Nami stabbing herself in the arm. I do remember
grit.
that.
That is true.
That took some grit.
I don't know.
Grit to stab.
And not that she put an entire Kokiyashi village on her back, saying, "I will save this village because you are my home, you are my people, and I'm going to pretty much enslave myself to the Arlong pirates to free my village."
I mean, what about God Usopp?
Does anyone remember God Usopp and he's like being stretched out? It was a pretty amazing.
Oh, it's an amazing moment.
It's an amazing moment.
But
I
really,
love the
was
whispers.
it Usopp? I think it was just luck.
But the whispers of that he was like, "Oh, can you put me down?
Yeah.
I'm in so much pain."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Listen, oh my gosh, he's speaking. We love you. But it's just Oda being Oda, and I do love that moment. I mean,
It's an amazing moment.
both Nami and Usopp do have very important moments, and I don't think the Straw Hats are where they are without them. But if you take Usopp out, here's my final argument. If you take Usopp out, could they make it? Versus if you take Nami out. And my argument is Nami's such an incredible navigator and understanding of this and keeps the crew grounded before like certain like Jinbei comes in, before Robin comes in, and she keeps them. Without her, the crew's in shambles. Versus Usopp,
that's a good argument. I can't lie.
Usopp like is trying to take Luffy's head. He's like, I'm the captain, which is it's part of his personality, and I get that. But I feel like because of what Nami brings to the table, like that's why I think she's.
It's a good argument. I want to hear. Do
But,
you have anything to say
but
against
it
that?
really does depend on the week how you're defining week.
If it weren't for Usopp, they wouldn't have the Going Merry. If they didn't have the Going Merry, they wouldn't have gotten to Water 7 to get the Thousand Sunny.
That's true, but I think they would have found a ship eventually.
Yes, they would have found a ship, but they wouldn't have gotten the Going Merry. The ship that came back for them.
That's true. That's true. It's
That
a good
is true.
argument. Although, I like Frankie's argument more, but I'm going to say this. Our next topic is who would win in a fight, Nami versus Usopp, and that's actually our next topic. I'm
Before Wano?
No. Let's say, you're Whole Cake.
Yeah, Whole
Let's say Whole Cake and before. Who would win, Nami or Usopp? And I want to hear this because I'm going to have this be the decider of this discussion. Because it's kind of hard to decide right now. You're kind of neck and neck. Although I can't say, I can't lie. I'm kind of leaning towards Frankie's argument.
Go ahead. You go first. I'll let you go. Unless you want to play rock, paper, scissors for first.
Let's put it.
Ready?
Here we go.
Let's go!
right.
Woohoo! Repeat. Foreshadowing.
Let's see it, Frankie.
All right, so my main argument about this battle is Usopp is clever, and he is but he lies out of fear. Like he will be at his best. Like when I think of Thriller Bark's Perona versus Usopp, it wasn't until he was about to die on the ground before he finally, and he had to go to his alter ego Sniper King before he can actually start thinking sense. So, but Nami, she is so clever. She is literally a cat burglar, and she is so smart and clever. Even in moments where she should have lost, she has outwitted herself through it.
I think her and Robin are the smartest.
And so
members.
because of that, her intelligence, she will be able to find a way to, on top of using her climb attack, I mean, she can just electrocute him. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. And she
That's
can even
true.
buy time.
And I know we're not using Wano, but Wano Nami would destroy
I
Usopp.
feel like she could buy time. Or worst comes to worst, she can distract Usopp by using some type of fog with the climb attack. Use the fog. So now your sharp shooting skills, the one ability that you have over Nami, now he can't even see her. While now she has now created enough time to be able to attack Usopp like she, because she is clever and she's outwitted.
Usopp?
I would say she's definitely smarter than Usopp, and that's a hit to myself for that. But Fog, Usopp, Dressrosa Usopp is able to shoot like halfway across a kingdom.
Yep.
What's Fog gonna do to observation hockey?
This is true.
And he built the climb attacks. Even the whatever the new one is called. I don't remember what it's called.
Well, Nami perfected it.
Yeah, but I would say he should know what it can do.
That's true.
He's aware of the weather eggs. He's aware of the lightning stuff. And my man has been struck by lightning his fair share of time.
That is true.
What's lightning gonna do to him?
He's immune now.
He's immune.
I think in this battle, it's not a battle to the death. It's more of a battle to like who's
A battle
on
of
the
wits.
ground. But continue. Sorry.
The green stars, the devil stars, the green devil. I don't remember what they're called. It's been a while since I've seen Usopp. Whole kick. But I feel like Usopp could lay a lot of traps. Lay a lot of, like, getting her to step into the wrong thing.
But see, Luffy would fall for that trap.
Yeah, Luffy would fall.
Yeah, but Nami,
On the tiers of smarts, there's Luffy, then there's Usopp. Bottom tier.
I don't know.
I don't know. My
I
one rebuttal on the observation hockey, I've seen him use it once in Dressrosa. I haven't seen him use it again.
Oh, he got lucky, like he
So
always does.
that's what I'm saying. Is like he used his will and power, and he tapped into the observation hockey, but he used it one time. That's my issue with that small argument. I don't say it's wrong,
but also I hear the argument that all of his fights he's gotten lucky. He's never actually won from pure strength. It's literally just luck. It's just luck. That was luck.
That was that was skill. He beat Chu with skill.
How did he?
He faked his death, guys. That's not skill.
Didn't he use hot sauce and hit him in the eye? What did he do? Was that what he did?
I remember that happened. I don't remember when it happened.
It was Tabasco style, yeah.
And he was able to shoot a drop of hot sauce. That was pretty funny. That was really good.
Clever man.
Hey, you gotta use what you got. But I just feel like because of Nami's wit, even though I feel in a hand-to-hand combat, Usopp does win, but with the use of the climb attack, I just feel like she's going to outwit him. I think she would go fog after fog, then she's pretty much got wherever he wants.
I mean, I'm going to admit here,
she can even mirage herself. Like, which one do you shoot? Like, I just feel like because of that tool and her wit and mastery of using that tool, that's what
I know we're not using Wano, but Wano Nami would beat Usopp. Like, there's no debate.
Oh, no.
There's no debate.
Nah, she wouldn't even have to touch him. She doesn't even use the climb attack
She could
anymore.
just You'll see.
I don't know, man.
I know. You gotta get there.
All right, I hear both arguments, and gosh, it's so close. I mean, it's hard to.
It's not that.
It's not close. I mean,
let's go.
I'm gonna have to go with Frankie.
All right, I'm gonna have to say Nami. I do think Nami would beat Usopp, but also I hear the argument from the beginning that Nami is more important skill-wise than Usopp. And that's that what you brought right there was a really good argument, and I really leaned towards Nami in that moment.
Let's go.
Although I do think Usopp, with some of his weapons in his arsenal, I feel like he could change the tides a little bit. But I'm gonna say Nami.
And I will say, I say all that not to just douse on Mr. Usopp. I think Usopp is phenomenal. I think he's
a fun character.
I do love Usopp. I love what he brings to the table. And not just that, but his love and passion he had for the Going Merry, and just he's such a realistic character, like as if we were on the crew ourselves. Like how would we act on there? And there's so many times where he should have given up and he doesn't. So there's some really realistic, or as realistic as you can in a anime, but or manga. But at the same time, I think that's why I love Usopp. My heart loves him. I think I love every Straw Hat, but Nami, not Nami.
I would say my one ending argument for Usopp, for the weakest part at least, is Usopp never gives up. Like he might be the not the bravest, absolute coward, but never does Usopp just give up. Nami just sits on the ground crying. Even in Arlong Park.
Bruh. Oh no! I can't back you up there. I'm sorry, but she is in her darkest moment, needing help, needing somebody else to lift her up.
And if you want to go that game, let's think about good old.
I think we need to move on because I think this argument's already over.
I'm just saying, Servant Village. I'm thinking of Usopp trying to beat Captain Kuro and that whole scheme unfolding. He's worthless without the Straw Hats. When there's points in the show where
he has a moment. Effort. He might have a moment. But
I do love Usopp, and I love that he doesn't quit.
All right, moving on to our next topic, our next question on this topic: Punk Hazard or Sabo Vs, which arc is better? Daniel's going to be debating for Punk Hazard, and we have Frankie here for Sabo Vs. I cannot wait to hear what you say because I have my opinions. I'm going to try and be unbiased, so let's see what happens.
I will say, when I saw the hot take, I was like, okay, I want to say, I'm very curious to see. I will say, let the record show, I love Punk Hazard. I personally love it. It was one of my favorite, like as soon as we got through, what was it, Fishman Island, you go to Punk Hazard, I loved it. And I was surprised about all the hate. But at the same time Sabo's going to kill it. Let's go.
I can't wait to hear what happens. Let's see the argument.
I feel like Usopp here, always on a losing hill. Man, Punk Hazard, I feel like it's just when you compare it to Fishman Island, which is a very low bar.
Yeah.
Punk Hazard's like a return to the good tried and true formula of One Piece. You have a very stereotypical bad evil villain
Yeah.
One Piece Hitler, Caesar Clown.
Yeah.
And then you have the fun adventure of like you've got the Fire Island and the Ice Island and the backstory of the island.
That is
you've
pretty
got
true.
like Vegapunk and
Yes.
Caesar's
Which it was
weapon.
Akainu versus
Aokiji.
Aokiji.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that backstory is amazing in itself. So I hear that argument.
But the island has this epic tale of even before Aokiji, you've got Vegapunk's weapon of mass destruction released on the island, killing everything, corrupting or poisoning the inhabitants, who then flock to Caesar. Battle of such pure power that an island gets shifted from death, fire, and ice of doom.
Yeah.
And then you've got this cartoony villain, Caesar Cloud, comes in. He's already there. He brings in a bunch of like goons, takes in the Brownbeard pirates.
I just want to say, you've yet to mention the best part of all of
You've yet to mention my favorite part.
And,
I'm getting there.
Okay, continue.
I'm building up the arc.
Oh, he's building up. My
Alright,
bad.
And the Straw Hats come in. They're just fresh from Fishman Island. They're here they hear distress signal. And they're like,
Luffy.
let's go. I want to help people.
Yeah.
Luffy.
And
what a guy. Balls.
They're-
So obvious.
It wasn't even a trap. They were calling for help for Clown. They show up. Fire Island. What's that? That's weird. Then they get to they'll see a dragon, which
Yeah,
was
it's
cool.
true.
You meet
There's a cool
Kinemon.
dragon there.
My boy, that's
Kinemon.
my favorite part.
Kinemon's legs.
By the way, this arc does set up Wano, so we can't forget that. We cannot
Sets up
forget.
Wano, sets up Dressrosa, sets up... Well, not Whole Cake.
It doesn't really set up Whole Cake, but yeah, I mean, it sets up some very big arcs in the future.
Very important
So
stuff.
some world building in this arc, I can see how this is huge.
It's a lot of fun getting there. There's Law, and Smoker shows up for the first time in the
Oh, wow.
in
Post-time
in
skip.
Ancient. You have the funny. You've got his ragtag group of like crazy dudes.
Yeah.
You learn about. Law shows up, does the whole mixeroo, which is hilarious to me.
Yes. With
I
with
love
the
it.
souls
It's
and-
so cool.
Oh, that was so
That
much
was-
fun.
That was good.
Yeah.
Dude puts a battleship in the
Who did-
sky.
Who did Sanji swap with? Wasn't it?
It was Nami.
Yeah. That was an interesting
That was
episode.
hilarious.
I
What
was
a guy.
dying. of
Sanji's living his
laughter.
dream.
You meet Kinemon's head and Kinemon, and he's like, I am a samurai.
Hey, another impression, by the way. Every episode we have an impression, so there's your impression for the day. Kinemon.
So Luffy. Oh, man, I can't do it right now.
It's alright. Just keep moving.
Okay.
And honestly, it's just like, it's a very fun arc. It's a lot of like suspense of, the gas and the poison of like, Caesar's clearly evil, but these guys, they think he's like the savior guy. They're like, dude gave me legs. And then you have the kids. The kids! Caesar's sitting there giving them steroids and doping the kids, making them big, and you find out that he's working for, he took the idea from Big Mom to make people into giants, which is a terrifying concept.
It is. It is.
And then the whole adventure, Law's there, you meet,
Well, you're not mentioning my favorite moment in the whole arc yet.
the chopping a mountain up,
No. Yeah. Law when he's fighting. What's his name?
Virgil.
Virgil.
Virgo.
Virgo.
Dude,
Yes.
That fight, by the way, is one of my favorite moments.
My favorite
Like, one of the
moment
best fights.
in
I was so excited.
in Punk Hazard is when Zoro's fighting
Yep. Angel Lady. I forgot her name.
Harpy.
Something. We'll put up the name on the screen right there.
Post editing, Torin. Thank you. But where dude doesn't even have hockey. Because it's specifically stated that he didn't use his hockey later. He just cut her in half with his pure will and the cursed sword to split a devil fruit user in two. Terrifying.
Yeah.
And awe-inspiring.
So my favorite part of Punk Hazard was at the very end, where you think that Caesar and Dofi get the last laugh because they're gonna blow up the island, but Law swaps the hearts or whatever, and so
that's a great
when
moment.
when he did that, it's like psych, he accidentally kills. So if it was just Caesar thinks he gets the last laugh, and no, but that last little twist was phenomenal. That was one of my favorite parts.
Aokiji came back to the island. Let's not forget that scene because that was pretty incredible.
I mean, Punk Hazard, like I said, I loved it. It was fun. It was great. It sets up so much. You get to hear Joker and who is Joker.
Yep.
Sets up my personal favorite villain in all of One Piece.
In my opinion, there's no debate.
There's no. It is, and I would say it's one of the best villains in all.
But he's not a part of Punk Hazard, so he can't.
But it sets up.
No, he makes an appearance.
He does.
He makes an appearance. So he's kind of and he's mentioned over and over and over again. So, but you get to see the mystery piece of who's this guy that keeps doing this. So
yeah,
I'm with you. Punk Hazard is fire. It's fantastic
and terribly underrated.
And I don't know why. That's why I'm in agreement on that, but it's not even close.
I think, in my opinion, Punk Hazard has some moments where it drags. You have the Yeti brothers, cool Yeti brothers, something like that. That kind of dragged.
I love those guys.
Kids.
I love those guys.
The kids in there really dragged for me. That was just, I don't know.
But I would say for Sabo Vs, it's not even close because you come in and you're getting done with, you finally pretty much got the core of the Straw Hats. You finally got Brooke, you got Frankie, you got Chopper, you got the backbone. Yeah. We still have a few more. We have one more ad. There's one more. I think one more.
Yep.
One more to add that they'll see here very shortly. But I think my favorite part of Sabo Vs, it's 21 episodes. So the
pacing is amazing.
Pacing is
way better than Punk Hazard.
And it's one of,
you can say that.
And it's because it's not one of the traditional arcs. It's one of the transitional arcs. So it's like right after
the world building,
right after Enies Lobby, there's this little tiny post Enies Lobby arc, and in that arc, it's almost better. Like, I mean, it's not better, but there's so much information that we were like craving to see what else is going on. That it just kind of pushes that story forward. Sabo Vs is incredible because in 21 episodes, it sets up everything. I'm talking everything. It sets up, you have 9 new characters with 8 new characters.
It sets up Marine Ford.
I mean, you got Celestial Dragons for the first time.
It sets up Marine Ford.
It sets up Impel Down, Marine Ford. It sets up everything because it talks about even how all these people started from at Whiskey Peak, not Whiskey Peak. Oh my goodness,
Reverse Mountain.
Reverse Mountain. How you select a path, and then only the strongest make it to Sabo Vs.
Yeah,
and so it kind of makes that, and so then you get there, and
the strongest are there,
and the strongest are there. But it's but just like
generation.
Rayleigh's girlfriend. Whatever,
Yeah, I forgot her name.
She's says this is the first time this many have made it, and they're all arriving at the same time. So that's kind of interesting piece. He invented Law. He invented Kid. He invented Bonnie.
Really carries a lot of post
and Capone, Beige Capone, and that guy, whatever his name, Apu, and like he invents. He literally off the spur of the moment, and not just that, but what he's able to do in the further is just incredible. So he makes his last minute edit and then somehow intertwines these characters throughout the rest of all of the show, which is incredible. But you get to hear these and then all these new powers and all these new bounties. And then
hold up. Let's not forget Rayleigh. And whenever he
describes
them, he gives them the option to know where the One Piece is. And Luffy rejects it and just shows that he's determined to find it on his own.
Yes.
That moment is one of the best in the show.
Yeah, Rayleigh, you get to see Rayleigh, and I love his introduction because they're in this little Shocky.
That's her.
That's her. Shocky. Yeah. Shocky. You're in there, and she goes, "Oh, he's a pirate. He comes from. I haven't seen him in 6 months.
Yeah.
I just love it. He's just been roaming around Sabo Vs. But when you finally meet him, he's
the Dark King.
He intentionally gets himself caught into the auction.
Yeah,
to pay off his own tab, which is hilarious. And then he's just
so good.
Knowing that he's a hockey user, he just was able to just take it off.
By the way, the humor in Sabo Vs is really great.
So, absolutely.
It's top of One Piece.
But seeing Rayleigh for the first time is incredible. On top of you have these 9 other characters that came out of nowhere. And then you get introduced to the Celestial Dragons. And it's like, holy crap. Like, okay, and just the anger that everyone, doesn't matter if you were a pirate, if you were a regular person, even if you were a Marine, you hate that you have to do this. So
he's bringing some good arguments,
and this is a massive this is a absolute massive piece to the rest of the story. Like Celestial Dragons, you're talking about this bloodline of this world government and like how it was founded and now it's like why we still really care about what they think.
And let's not forget, this is the first time we see the Straw Hats split up and go their separate ways and have to train to survive.
And these are just the overall components. Then you get down to like why they're there. They're trying to go to Fishman Island. they get the cover. They're looking for someone to cover their ship, but they're just experiencing all this. But then you get just powerful emotional moments like when after we realize who the Celestial Dragons are and what happens when you mess up with them. Luffy punches. That punch, that's a top 10 One Piece moment. Period.
That's top 3 punches in the whole show.
That's literally, and it's not like you're beating someone that he can't beat. Like it was just
he dodges a bullet,
but
and then
knowing what he just did, it was just like back at Innie's lobby when he shot down the flag. Like it was an absolute war. It was a declaration of war.
Yeah.
To Inu
the government
and everything. Yeah. Inu, look at that.
I love both y'all's arguments.
So it's just amazing. And then
can I just say both arcs are very underrated. So this is this is a great argument between both, and both have some amazing moments. Both set up very important arcs because you have Marineford, which is a lot of people's favorite arc, and Dressrosa, which has some of the best fight scenes and just the best villain. You know, has the best villain in it.
Doflamingo is amazing. Like he makes me root for villains. That's how cool he is.
Honestly, Doflamingo's story is such a good story. You're like, man, we made a mistake.
Yeah, why did we come here again? All right, I'm gonna make a decision here. I'm gonna have to go Sabo Vs. I'm so sorry, Usopp.
Always the losing battle.
It's okay.
I just think the world building.
I should have took Impel down. I feel like if I would have argued, because Sabo Vs is a different style.
Yeah, I will say Sabo Vs is kind of like an unfair battle. It's like saying Marineford and like
21 episodes. You had like 40. Like, how could you lose?
Yeah, because your arc is the first arc in post time skip where it's like it could set up the future of post time skip.
So it's important. It's very important.
Very important because Fishman Island didn't really set up much. It kind of just was his own thing. Kind of
small fruits introduced. You had
Momo.
He's introduced.
But overall, Sabo Vs sets up the show. It sets up the whole future of the show. Yeah. So I have to say Sabo Vs just on that respect.
Oh, man, really.
But also, the fights in Sabo Vs are much better than Punk Hazard.
We didn't even get to Kuma.
Yep.
Sending everyone
Crazy
away.
moment.
Like the pacifistas, and then Luffy couldn't even.
Oh man!
Like that moment where
Kuma was like the pre-time skip boogeyman.
Unbelievable.
Yes, that was incredible. Like that moment with him sending off everybody, and that just setting up like the time skip. Just incredible. Fantastic.
All right, moving on to our next segment. Sorry that took a while, guys.
It's okay.
We're gonna move on to the fights and debates. All right, so we have some more fights in here. We already talked about a couple. Sabo versus Ace. My boy Ace right here. Who wins? I want to hear and this isn't really like you two debating against each other. This is just like telling me your opinions.
My money's on Sabo.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going Ace, so this is good.
I think Sabo would win.
So,
especially where we are now.
I don't know much. I am aware that Ace gets mentioned much later, and we learn more about him further.
Yeah.
From my understanding right now, Ace, I don't know if he had hockey. We're only aware that he's got fire, and that's about it. But Sabo, he's got hockey. He's got the dragon claw.
Yep, he uses his hockey into that, by the way.
Yeah.
He infuses it.
Hey, this ain't Ace's fault.
I'm not.
You know why it's not Ace's fault?
It's not Ace's fault, but
Sabo... his mentor is Dragon.
Okay, you can't say that.
I know.
We're asking who would win the fight.
Oh god.
Sabo relies more on hockey,
Yeah,
but when you add in the fruit, I'm not going to say what it is. When you add in the fruit, that's when Sabo's like, okay, Sabo's stronger than Ace because he has the advantage in both ways.
Yeah, he's literally.
I would say before
Ace,
the fruit,
but with a weapon.
Before the fruit,
with hockey,
hockey versus the fire.
I would still think he'd win because, like,
I don't know.
What do you have?
I just know with Ace, he's just
is he the John Wick of One Piece?
No, 5 years to get through this thing, but the reason why I liked it is because he reminds me of John Wick. He wanted out.
I'm out on that. John Wick to Kuro? Oh,
He wanted out.
No. We throw that back. Hey,
He's not.
play that clip.
He's not. But I don't know. We don't get too many moments with Ace, unfortunately, to see like some of his fighting style. Like I just know he fights Blackbeard,
Which was an epic fight.
which was epic.
That was a great fight.
And if it wasn't for the fruit that Blackbeard had, I think he does take him. I don't think he even understood the fruit that Blackbeard had. But Ace is the first commander of the Whitebeard.
Second commander.
Second
lieutenant.
That's right. The second lieutenant of the Whitebeard Pirates, and that's incredible. And I feel like you're there. You're that for a reason. And I wish we could have seen more footage of Ace so I can have a better argument. But
I think we have.
So it's interesting.
You should have more footage for Ace than Sabo. You should have more to back you up. But really, even Sabo's stronger.
I think Sabo's stronger.
Y'all
Second lieutenant of the Whitebeard, ahead of what is it? What is Sabo?
The first introduction to Ace, we see him, or one of the first. It was in Alabasta. He destroys multiple ships in one shot. It was a fire pistol, fire fist, just flames all over it and just breaks all the ships. And I was like, this dude's strong.
Yeah.
But Sabo's
like, he has a role in the Revolutionary Army. I don't remember what it's called. He's like chief of staff.
Chief of, what is that? What is that?
Why is he chief of staff?
What does that
He's
mean?
important. He's very
chief
important.
of staff, y'all.
Yeah, they got staff there.
I love it.
Gotta get paid.
They got a production team. They got, what do they got over there?
He's HR here.
HR here.
Is there a parking team?
He's terrible. He just literally Fuck, dude, that's it.
Team. But Sabo's a skilled warrior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's trained under like the dude who's the biggest.
You can
thorn
also
in the side
argue
of the
that
world
Ace is
government.
trained under Whitebeard.
That's true. Y'all are starting to convince me because one thing I remember Alabasta Crocodile is kind of like talking to Luffy, and his first battle is the very first one when Luffy loses and he's about to die, and Robin saves him. Thank you, Robin. But
Robin D-Goat.
Yes, but Crocodile saying you first need to know how to use your powers. Actually know how to actually use it and understand the goal of these fights when you're fighting a person like me or someone else. You can't just go in there with sheer strength thinking, you got to think, how is their power used and what's the best way to counter it?
Yeah.
But even with that being said, there was no hockey in that issue. Later on, was it Rayleigh or it could have been Kaido? I can't remember, and you may not know this, but Kaido makes a statement saying it's and think about Roger. Mm-hmm. Think about he was the king of the pirates. He was a hockey user. That's it.
Yep.
Shanks, hockey user.
Yep. And they're considered the strongest in the whole series.
Exactly, and I think I'm pretty sure it was Kaido. He's like saying it's not about who's the strongest, who has the strongest devil fruit. It's who's the strongest at using hockey. And it could have been Rayleigh that said that.
And that's why Sabo wins this fight.
You're just fighting my side here.
I'm starting to.
He's starting to realize.
I feel like y'all have convinced me.
Come to the light.
But it is pretty cool that like hockey it has
that big of a deal now.
And that's that. But now you can swim.
Which we're going to get to some more hockey debates pretty soon.
But you say that, but then, he sacrificed his swimming. But, they're brothers,
Dude can fly over water. What's the point of swimming?
I think we agree.
Maybe it is Sabo.
I think
Sabo wins.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay,
Ace.
that's
Sabo.
great.
I love Ace, but...
And also Sabo's probably
Ace is a
smarter
good
than
character.
Ace.
I'm not going to lie. I like Sabo.
Sabo's definitely
I like Sabo way
Ace.
more than Ace as a character. That might be a hot take. I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
No, it's. I think he just he's Shanks. He just likes characters that are barely mentioned, but when they're mentioned, it's important.
Oh yeah.
See, that's what he's just trying to
great
get that
characters,
point.
See, I like Ace more.
All right.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Moving on to our next debate: Zoro versus Fujitora. Who's stronger?
Ooh.
Ooh. I don't know. They're both sword users, but Fujitora. Let's not forget his devil fruit, because
gravity or pure
the weight of
three-sword
gravity.
style.
Dude, I don't even know.
Let's say Dressrosa Zoro.
Are we talking like end of Dressrosa Zoro or middle Dressrosa? End of Dressrosa?
Yeah, Dressrosa Zoro.
I think I got Fujitoro. He's an admiral. I think, even though he's blind, but man.
But also, let's not forget Zoro used hockey for the first time, armament hockey with his sword. Remember that? He infused it for the first time in Dressrosa. So
you're just thinking on a blind man right now. Is that what you're doing?
Is
that what you're doing?
No, don't blame this on me. Come on now.
The question is, Zoro has activated the 9-sword style once, where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think if Zoro were to activate that again, fighting Fujitora, I think he could win.
I think in Zoro's most dire moment, he would activate that.
I mean, that was a dire moment in his lobby.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Fujitora. I don't know. I think it's a really cool battle. I mean, I just
I'm gonna say, based on experience, Fujitora has way more experience than Zoro when it comes to fighting.
I
their
feel like we
opponents.
haven't even seen his full potential yet.
Yeah, but no, what we saw in Dressrosa was enough.
Dude lifts the city up.
I'm saying Fujitora could beat Zoro in Dressrosa.
I feel like I don't know. I just think he's an admiral and he's got a great sense of justice. That's the only reason why he laid off, because he's like he recognized.
And by the way, he has a respect for pirates that, you know,
the good pirates.
He's got the true sense of justice. He's like he wanted to get rid of all the warlord system and all that. I don't know. I'm going Fujitora. I don't have any much of an argument.
I mean,
that's why I think he's
I can't
incredible.
really. I'm a Zoro fanboy, but I
love
can't
Zoro.
really.
I feel like we haven't really seen his full potential in the fight. We haven't.
Which I can't lie.
Like Sabo fights
Wano
Fuji.
Zoro, when you get there, Wano Zoro would beat Fujitora.
But Sabo does fight Fuji.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sabo gives him a run for his money.
But like,
Actually, no, he doesn't.
No, I think that's not the debate though. That's not the debate.
Sorry,
we'll
but-
restrain from that one. We'll do that one.
I don't know. That's what I'm going with.
All right, this one's gonna be fun. Crocodile versus Eneru.
Eneru.
I love Eneru.
It's amazing.
I mean, I like Crocodile, but you ever seen what happens to the sand when it gets struck by lightning?
Ooh.
Turns to
Good
glass.
point.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Hold up, but let's not forget Eneru can see into the future,
Exactly.
and that's the first time you see that. Eneru is arguably the strongest villain pre-time skip, but we'll talk about that later.
Eneru, I don't even think it's a contest. I think
Okay.
I think Eneru demolishes Crocky. Now it is funny that Luffy does kind of beat Eneru. I don't know.
It's a little lucky.
It's
lucky.
My
it's
man
definitely
rock paper
lucky.
scissors that.
Yeah, it was lucky.
But I will say, Crocky, just because he can use Mantra, which is the precursor name to Hockey.
No, that's just the Skypia's name. for
Okay,
it.
okay.
So,
Yeah, that's just
So,
what they call
like
it.
Wano has their own name.
So,
for it, you know?
because he, just like I said, like Hockey, having a devil fruit power is important, but
Yeah.
having Hockey is even more important. If you have both, as long as you're not in the water, you have an extremely distinct advantage. Especially knowing now that every punch, that even if he wants to punch someone, he could do it because he has access to it.
Yep, and also he can see into the future. Not many characters can do that.
Even like
Garp, we've never seen do that. Like we've never seen strong characters be able to do
an
that.
observation hockey.
You really
I don't know, Katakuri.
Katakuri.
Strong character.
Yeah,
Observation hockey.
We were talking about pre-time skip.
Pre-time
but
skip, yes.
But yeah.
But I don't think it's contest.
I will definitely say Crocodile is a much more like smarter villain.
Yes.
Definitely not stronger, but smarter, more
See,
conniving.
that's the argument. Could his wits outwit the lightning? And
If he was aware of the lightning, like lightning,
If he was aware,
maybe.
if it was just you stumbled upon each other and you battle, Eneru wins. But if
Eneru
there
wins.
is some, Eneru wins. But if there was a conversation of he knew who he was going to try to take over Skypiea and do this whole thing, and he's able to come up with a plan, maybe. But even with that,
I can't lie.
my
Future
money's
sight
still on
carries.
it.
when you
Yeah,
know
right.
you're going to attack,
Future sight carries.
when
Yeah.
you know you're going to attack, and the only way he was actually able to hit Eneru was because he started. One ways was he was going to hit the wall or just going.
Hold on, let's not forget this. Yeah, why did Luffy not use that against Katakuri? Off topic.
Dumb Luffy? No idea.
Why did Luffy not do that? Because he did it against Future Sight with Eneru.
Because if you do, I feel like
that is such a good move.
I think the difference between
You can't
Eneru
read
and
it.
Katakuri is Eneru relied on his lightning. And Eneru relied on his mantra. But Katakuri is not only using his future sight, but he's also using his combat skill.
Yeah, he's a very good combat Katakuri.
Yeah, but
versus
I think we agree. Eneru.
Yeah, Eneru
Eneru's-
wins before we
Eneru beats-
trail off to
Yeah.
Katakuri.
Yeah,
that's a great character.
Eneru is the winner. Moving on to some fun questions now. Hope you guys are excited for this. Is Luffy the best captain among the Straw Hat crew?
No,
Ooh,
no.
all right.
I love Luffy.
I think I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say no, aren't you?
I'm gonna go no,
I'm also
just
gonna
mainly
go no.
because
Okay.
now he has brought these people together, and I think that's a phenomenal thing because I feel like some of the best leaders know they can't do it on their own, so they get people around them that are better, and now all he has to do is continue to motivate them to be better.
Yeah.
So if that's the true meaning of a captain, Maybe he is, but man, he gets them in so much trouble so often.
He does, yeah.
So often. They
He's
weren't even
also
supposed
just-
to go to
he
Punk
doesn't
Hazard,
understand-
and he ended up going to Punk
He doesn't
Hazard.
understand his surroundings. That's,
Oh, no.
That's a big argument here.
But who would be the best captain?
I-
So you said no, I said no. So who is your suggestion as to
I have my
the
suggestions.
best captain?
A best captain of the Straw Hats for the Straw Hats. Is that the question?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and...
I want to say Usopp. Just as, I want to say
This
Usopp.
This
I
guy.
love
That is
Usopp.
lowest on the list.
Lowest on the list.
That is the lowest of the low.
No, Chopper's bottom.
I like Chopper.
Chopper's...
I would say Chopper's the bottom of the barrel for me.
Or
For
Chopper.
leader. Sorry, Chopper.
Jace,
Okay,
don't
I can
watch
maybe
this.
get behind that.
Because like Chopper's
No, but Usopp's
Chopper's
so
like
cowardice.
12.
Usopp's so cowardice, I don't think he'd be able to captain anybody.
He's already Captain Onion Carrot.
Captain
Okay,
of the
but that
Usopp
was-
Pirates.
He's a brave warrior of the sea.
Very weird to see. But no, I definitely don't think Usopp could be a good captain for the Straw Hats. I think of them, probably Robin.
I agree.
Ooh,
Yes,
ooh.
there we go.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Jinbei.
That's what I was going to say. I think Robin, Jinbei, and...
Robin and Jinbei are.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
Jinbei has already been a captain, and he's been a very successful captain, and he's
Brooke,
able to
let's
lead.
not forget, Brooke has experience too.
Yeah, Brooke does too.
Let's not forget
and I
about
don't
that.
think he'd be a bad captain either, but Jinbei I think is the best. Robin's too complacent. I love her. I think
Definitely.
she's phenomenal, but she has nothing driving
Which
her.
here's the thing, you've not seen much from Jinbei yet, but Jinbei definitely, in my opinion, is the better captain.
Oh yeah.
But Robin, out of the Straw Hats, is the better one.
Yeah.
Excluding
I will
Jinbei.
definitely say, the one thing that Luffy brings to the table that none of them bring is the pure motivation.
Yep, there we go. Determination.
The raw, unbridled, just like, I will be king of the pirates. No one else.
Without that motivation, what would he do? I don't know.
I definitely don't think any of the Straw Hats would be king of the pirates, except for Luffy.
So
Yep.
it is a very interesting discussion.
It's an interesting debate. I think Luffy's determination makes him a great captain, but overall, Jinbei.
It makes makes you think of like in just real life. Just real life, like what is motivating us? Like like what is pushing you towards that end goal? And what is that end goal? Is it a strong enough end goal, or are you going to just I don't know? Like so like what if that's your captain needs to have the strong end goal. If you don't have a strong enough end goal, then everything else is going to be pointless. Because once you attain it, then what? Then what?
All right, moving on.
Frankie here.
I don't know. I just I'm going left field.
I like it. A little wisdom from Frankie.
There you go.
New segment, wisdom from Frankie.
There it is. All right.
Are the bounties of the Straw Hats reflective of their true strength?
Not for all of them.
God, Usopp. I'm sorry. I love Usopp.
yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
shot.
I'm sorry, Usopp is a...
This is not the Usopp,
Usopp is-
hatred. This is not. I
My
love
episode.
Usopp. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
Daniel.
I'm so sorry, Daniel. I'm so sorry.
Show up, y'all.
I'm so sorry.
Chopper.
No. I have to be honest. I agree with Frankie. I think Usopp is a 50 million at most bounty.
Yeah, obviously, definitely.
But that is
over.
awesome. Still, like comparing
Well,
where he's come from
yeah,
to where he's
yeah.
gotten to, that's pretty cool.
Chopper's not 100.
And
berries
Usopp
bounty.
after
No.
time skip,
Chopper deserves 100 million. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Chopper's
Yes.
so much stronger.
I will say though,
Monster Point, and
Monster So we have to say no.
I,
The bounties don't reflect the true
baddies
strength.
are very, very off.
yes.
Personally,
The fact that Sanji's is bigger than Zoro's,
That's
so
awful.
so terrible. Because I'm not gonna lie, Sanji might not be top 3 strongest
I'm
in the
trying to
crew.
figure out what his current.
I
value is
don't.
right
I
now.
have no clue where it is where I'm at. Last
we'll
I
have to look that up.
Zoro's is less than Sanji's,
That's-
which
that's-
is
that's-
so dumb. in
That's
my opinion.
hilarious. Honestly. Maybe that's
yeah.
why he did it, just to be funny, because
Yeah.
that's hilarious. There's no way.
Yeah.
I definitely
Zoro's
think
no
Zoro
way.
should be like underneath. It goes
Just
Luffy,
underneath Luffy.
Zoro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Sanji might be 4th. Like he's not. I don't know.
I don't know who'd win, him or Jinbei in a fight.
I think Jinbei would win.
Sanji and Jinbei?
I think Jinbei would win, but
I got Jinbei.
that might be off topic.
Yeah.
Sorry, very off
I
topic.
got Jinbei too.
But yes, I think Chopper should be higher.
Chopper-
Usopp should be lower.
Yes.
I think Robin and Nami are about right.
I agree.
Brooke, it definitely deserves a higher bounty. Than
Oh,
that.
100%.
Yeah, I think
That's a good fighter.
I know we keep bringing up Wano, but Wano Brook definitely deserves 200.
Whole cake,
like
Brooke.
300,
My man took on Big Mom.
400. I mean,
he
he's.
did. He did.
That's true. Yeah, dude, Brooke can be 500. You know.
So I mean, I feel like Brooks should be higher. Zoro's should be higher than Sanji's.
100%.
But
Usopp's nosedive.
and there's also like, and we're not even talking about Straw Hat bounties. Think about Buggy's bounty. That's garbage. That's absolutely.
Wait, what is it?
I haven't seen Buggy's.
Oh, I
Bunny
can't
in
say. Oh,
ages.
you need to hurry up and finish, dude. He's so close.
Dude, I'm so close. I
But
know.
like, there's something that happens at the end of Wano, and you're like,
I know. I'm like at the
this
end
is a
right
joke. It's hilarious. It's fantastic.
now. Like I'm
But-
at the end of Wano.
Okay, well, it's. I think it's in that transitional arc time.
Yeah.
So,
Golly.
but there's just some people that get bounties that are jokes. It's like
Yes.
there's no way, and it's the Marines' way of getting everyone's attention. Like, hey,
This guy's
even regardless,
important.
even regardless of whatever, like we need to get him out of here.
Yeah.
So. It's kind of like Eustace Kid, Luffy, and Sabo Odi. They mentioned that Eustace Kid's bounty was higher than Luffy's, even though I think Luffy's better.
Yeah.
But because Eustace Kid, he would attack civilians, innocent civilians, because he didn't care.
Yeah.
So
That's what
it wasn't. It's not necessarily your power skill as much as how dangerous you
And that's
are
the argument.
to the government. And
So
if
yeah,
they
no,
really
it's not.
understood how dangerous Usopp
I will
is,
say-
Yeah, no,
I will say-
he'd be lower.
In that statement,
and that might be why Choppers is 100.
yeah, it's good because
That-
Chopper's not a hazard to
And
anybody
He
unless
will
you're
save
trying to
anyone's life. So maybe like if the bounties.
But on that statement, why is Usopp so high at that point?
because he's an icon. Usopp's a terrifying icon
right.
from what
Terrifying.
I don't know about
what
this.
happens. Think about it
I don't
from
know
the
about
Marines' perspective. This dude just amassed in like 20 minutes a massive army.
On accident.
I love it. And
They don't know it's an accident.
Yeah,
They don't know that. The bounty is based off of the threat to the Marines
Yeah.
and to the world.
And
so
if you don't know who Usopp is, you see God Usopp show up, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna revolt against the government." You already seen that he's done it before. He's capable of leading revolution. You're gonna go with this man because he's got people backing him. You may not know anything about
this
it.
is why he's Usopp. He
Welcome
is-
to the show.
That's
Usopp.
it. Hey, is his nose just
Hey, I
getting
still open,
longer?
y'all.
Is his nose just
This
getting
happens
longer?
to me every episode. I bring up shakes, and all of a sudden, everything goes against me. I
That's
don't
it.
know what's going on.
Oh, that's
Glad
it.
to have
That's
you
it.
here.
Y'all brought me here to diss me.
But last thought about the bounties Marines, like in the threat to the Marines is, do you think Robin should be higher since she's one of the few people on Earth
100%.
that can read
She's
poems?
definitely a
Like
threat
she
to the
was
government.
very
She is.
high at the beginning, but then she kind of like
Also,
disappeared. Like, should
I hate to bring up Wano. Wano Robin deserves 600 million bears.
She's incredible. I love her. She's great.
All right. To finish this episode off, thank you for joining us. I have one final question. If you could choose any devil fruit to have, what would it be and why? Give me some information about it. This is such a hard
Real
question.
world application
Yeah, how are we going to do this? Is this going
I'm-
real world or is this just in
No,
general?
in our daily lives.
in our daily lives.
I mean, you could use it for good in the future, whatever. Let's say you're going, maybe you want to go in the military. I don't know what you want to do.
Man, it's tough because there's right now there's a big 3 I can think of, but
Let's
they're
hear it.
very situational.
Give me your one, like the one out of
The
those three.
top one, it's the dumbest one.
please.
It's the craziest, the smooth fruit that Alvida's got. And you ain't exactly crazy.
Oh my
Hear me
gosh.
out.
This guy.
From what I understand of it, it puts you in peak physical condition.
Yeah,
Because Alvida went from big chungo to
Oh my goodness. This
That's
is
true.
it.
That's
it.
true.
That's right.
slim you down. You get nice smooth skin. It's
Honestly-
very applicable for life.
this is a great recommendation. Like, this
Because,
is a good idea here.
I've been fighting weight for a while, and it'd be great. Being great. I'll like me a big pizza. And then
Don't we all?
the second is the flower fruit that Robin's got.
Okay.
As a server of the Lord's chicken, that'd be real handy.
That's it.
Oh, you could cook multiple foods at the same
That-
time and doing all kinds
That's
of different
it.
stuff.
That's it.
Many hands make light
Useful.
works.
Okay.
Got anything?
Well, mine, I thought for I was thinking, do I do what is his name?
Kinemon?
Blackbeard's pirate, Burgess?
Jesus
Burgess,
Yeah, Burgess.
yeah.
His strength, watching
Imagine that,
imagine
yeah.
that. Imagine just being able to lift anything you want. He lifted a mountain like he was casual. So I thought about that one. I thought about Kinemon's. Kinemon's would be so awesome to have. Just imagine
Yeah.
you put a rock on your head, you pick any outfit you
To
want.
quote Cooper,
You could-
infinite
Any
drip.
outfit, yeah.
You can
Infinite
literally
drip. I like
What
that.
Cooper said.
Infinite drip.
Coop, what a guy. We need to get him back on here.
Yeah, we'll bring it back on eventually.
But also, you could be a designer, that could be your job, and then you're just like, boom, I didn't like it, boom, try it again, do it again until
You can make money from that.
you can
like
make
good
so
money.
you could be,
Rental
whatever.
outfit.
could be
But
a
the
billionaire.
one I landed on was Kuma's. The
Paw
pawpaw
fruit.
And you're like, well, how could you use that? What are you kidding me?
You could send
You
yourself.
can literally send yourself to Paris.
Wow. Yeah.
Send yourself to Disney. Send your family, everybody. Like you could do that.
Area 51.
I just think that is so cool. And then also like, you could take pain away. Imagine being like that. Like,
oh yeah.
you take the pain away. Like there's a lot of cool things that you could do.
I will say there's something you're forgetting with the paw fruit about sending people places. It
What?
wasn't a soft transition.
I don't care. That's awesome. We'll find a way to land.
bring you a parachute.
I don't care. I just thought the paw fruit would be so cool. I think it'd be just.
That's
really
a good shout. I like that.
And I think just for the
I
travel.
didn't expect that. I didn't expect to hear that.
I'm just in. I'm in on the paw fruit, and Kuma's just cool too.
See, I just thought of Brooks, but that'd be terrible.
That'd be terrible.
That'd be awful.
I would not want to be here.
Revive fruit?
No,
Yeah,
that's
that'd be awful.
No.
I think number 3, because I mentioned top 3. Third one would be Peronas. I don't know what's called. Remember what it's called? Like where you become a ghost.
Just make people feel negative.
Well,
I would
you get that. You get to fly around your little ghost. Your body's
That's
chilling
kind-
there.
okay.
But like you can go for adventures and not have to worry about getting hurt. You know, you want to go climb a mountain.
That's true.
I'm snakes falling, bugs, none of that. Ghost free.
I really was expecting you to say the giraffe fruit.
By the way, I just thought of one that's kind of like an underrated. Caribou. Is that how you say his name? Caribou?
Mm-hmm.
He can store anything inside his
fruit.
mud. Dude, you could get so much food and stuff like inside there.
Yeah, but it's gonna be covered in mud.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know. That's a dumb idea. That's a dumb idea.
I like the spirit behind
Yeah.
it.
I love it.
I'm just thinking out of the box here. You know?
I feel like Jesus Burgess would be really cool with being able to be strong. I know people don't. Just being strong in general. But
And I don't really want to fanboy here, but
Like,
Ace's devil fruit. I would just love to be able to make fire at the
Flame
tip of your
fruit.
finger.
That would be cool.
imagine flying around. That'd be.
You could fly.
Ooh, what if you got to be what's his face? Is Marco's turn into a.
Oh, and you can heal people. I'm going Marco. Marco, right here.
That's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I mean,
good
we
idea.
could this.
We could go on.
We
and
could go
on.
on.
But hey,
Hey,
I
thank
still
you for
pop
joining
off.
us today. It was
go.
a great episode. I'm so
Absolutely.
happy to be doing this more and more. You guys are awesome for sticking with us.
That's right.
More views every episode. This is just amazing.
It's been
Daniel?
an honor being here, getting absolutely disrespected and roasted for like 20 minutes
Hey,
straight.
thank you for joining us because it
good
might have been a
sport.
rough time for you, but I hope you had fun.
I had a great time.
There we go.
Y'all are so much fun. Such good hosts. Glad to be
we
here.
still
There we go.
we love Usopp. He's the guy.
Thank you for your guest, Daniel. I'm your host, Torin. This is your co-host, Frankie.
Super.
And then we have Daniel here. I hope he comes back soon.
He will.
Thank
He
you for
will.
joining us. We'll see y'all around.